Oh, and it just came into my onto my phone too. Bam, we're live. Try with Laura. Try what? I love Cara and her awesomeness, just about made up for the needless BS political comments with zero substance underpinning them. Maybe at least leave women's issues to women. I'm just, it's amazing. By the way, we just had our greatest month ever again. The fucking numbers were nuts. I peeked at them last night before I went to bed. Holy crap. Congratulations, Sousa. Show's killing it.
Oh, wow.
Stoked.
That's awesome.
And thank you to you guys. It is as much as I have fun doing the show when we have people on, like that guy from Alabama yesterday who doesn't even do CrossFit. That shit just tickles me.
Yeah, that was cool.
I have to tell you,
That was cool.
I let it go straight to my ego. Oh shit, I'm not wearing glasses. I forgot my glasses. I'm like, shit, everything's blurry. I wonder if I could have my wife bring my glasses. Oh man, I think she's asleep. I forgot my glasses.
You got all fired up about this comment. We just went right to war.
Yeah. So imagine taking the time to write that and saying nothing. So I just want to help this person out. So you could have been like, I love Cara and her awesomeness, just about made up for the needless political comments. So I don't think I make political comments. First of all, you think they're political because you don't want to do. I really just do science. And what do I mean by science? I usually talk about things that are observable, measurable, repeatable, things that offer predictive value. It's not. I'm not like. It's not a politics that I think that men shouldn't be in women's sports. That if you think that that's politics, then you're completely lost. Politics is me trying to be nice to Lauren Khalil because I know she's so fucking powerful, and to be even like extra nice to her and fake to try to lure her onto my show. That's politics. But me saying that men shouldn't be in women's sports is like, hey, this guy was 456 best in the world as a man, and now he's come over to women's sports, and we were trying to give equality to women 50 years ago with Title IX or whenever that came in, and this is kind of like fucking with that because we're trying to make it so human beings have equal opportunity. Those are just numbers and facts, objective. But you've written something here that like says nothing. You took the time out of your life to say something, and then instead of saying maybe, and then you say maybe at least leave women's issues to women. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, what are issues? Why should they be left to women? Why wouldn't you say something that I could use? All you're doing is showing me that you're trapped in your head and you're trying to lure me into your thoughts. But you've already shown to me that you don't even care enough to type out what you really want to say. And I suspect that you don't even know you're trapped in your head, that you're talking to yourself. So basically what happened is you heard me say something, you responded to it in your head, and then from there you responded to your response in your head. So I don't even know what you're saying. It's fucking crazy. And then you typed it onto a computer for the world to see.
I don't remember what women's issue did we air quotes did we talk about?
Anyone who starts off like that look up the word bigot. You're just right there. You have to understand naming is the origin of all particular things. The second you be like black people this, women this, white people this, you are now the plantation owner. You're the master of all slaves by enforcing difference. You have to see that. You are the fucking racist, sexist, homophobic bigot by forcing us to parcel the world in the way that your bigotry has done it. It's crazy. That's your shit. A person who is obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who's prejudiced against or antagonistic toward a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. It's you. You're a fucking try, Lauren. Try, Lauren. Okay. Now I'm talking to a computer. Okay. It's so funny. The vast majority of you, I appreciate the comments we got regarding the fun I had with the great Patrick Vellner, and like 2% of you are like, Patrick was actually 100% right about equity. you're totally missing it's like those of you who said, I agree with Hunter. You're totally when Hunter and I agree with Hunter too. Cheating's horrible. Just a little bigger picture, people. If you have the way equity is being used in this country is you have a black man and a white man in a foot race, and usually black men win the foot race. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away the shoes from the black man, so he has to run barefoot so that the white guy has a chance. And if that doesn't work, we're going to start cutting off his digits. And if that doesn't work, we're going to cut off his foot. And if that doesn't work, we're going to cut off his leg. That's what we're dealing with. I'll give you a real example. In the county of San Diego, because black and brown kids, that's based on their skin color, we're not doing as well in school. So they made it illegal for teachers to enforce or grade kids based on their homework. So they made everyone dumber instead of actually doing what like Pat thinks, or some of you think is they're going to actually maybe give more money to for tutors. And then when you do give more money for tutors, you don't say it's for black kids or brown kids, because then at that point, you're enforcing those people are stupid. You do not want to say that. People will live up to the expectations. Okay. That's enough. My YouTube. That was really cool. That dude from Alabama called.
Yeah. There's been I don't know if you've looked through. I typically don't all the time, but then I'll sit down and I'll look through a bunch of comments at one time, and you can definitely tell that the audience is growing outside of that space. Oh, perfect. Sorry. You're set now.
And these are prescription. At least I can see now.
He just made the show like 10% cooler.
And I want to show you. So say that last thing you said. What did you just say? Sorry. What did you say? I was so excited. I saw glasses.
Just the fact that you could tell by the people commenting now, it's growing outside of just the CrossFit space. Like we've heard people be like, I don't really know shit about CrossFit, but I love these interviews, or I don't even really watch CrossFit, but like this stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the audience expand, especially the people we have lined up right after the games. Like it just gets crazy, but no CrossFit athletes, but some really cool guests.
Yeah. And we'll end up doing all the fucking CrossFit athletes too. We'll have fucking 10 shows dedicated to Colton on accident.
They do it all. We're taking over everything.
I need to remember too that we just keep bringing on new people too. So yesterday, or a couple of days ago or something, I said someone in the comments, and don't call me Sevi. But the truth is I love that name, Sevi. That was just a joke. And now my DMs are full of, oh, I'm sorry that you got hurt by someone calling you Sevi. I'm like, oh,
I thought that was reserved for like long-term friends.
No, you could call me whatever you want. Any pronoun works. Any pronoun works for me.
You're easy.
I'm easy.
You're easy.
Oh, I have the wrong notes pulled up. No wonder the show can't start. There we go. I sent you the notes too.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing about CrossFit. Did I send you that link with that post?
From the MSN post.
Washington Examiner. not that. Sorry.
The Washington Examiner.
No, it's it's number 4. Sorry, I want to start with number 4. Sorry, number 4. I thought I sent it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a Instagram, right?
Yeah. Let's start with this. So this is the thing. This is why I have an issue. If you look at so the CrossFit Games, those buffoons in the media department over there, they're like 13 out of 17 of our media people are women. And one day I will tell you exactly who's working there and why they're working there and who they slept with and what equity things they used. But I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to really be patient with it. I think I have a little, but soon, if soon, I'll tell you the story. You guys are gonna fucking love it. It's been burning a hole in me for a while. I felt so bad. Sometimes people are like, when I tell people like just off to the side, like what the fuck's going on over there, they're like, but you have said that on the air. I'm like, I have, so maybe I've said that. This is from Haley Rosen. So much of men's sports is driven by debate. Justin Medeiros is gonna win. You know it. We clearly need more on the women's side. Men's conversation, MJ versus LeBron, Messier versus Ronaldo, Warriors versus Bulls. Women's, look at how this athlete inspires little kids. What's so funny is that's the media coming from CrossFit. That's woke media. Look at this. Look how this athlete inspires little kids. That's woke talk. I mean, I'm okay with it. But
Right.
if you look at the CrossFit space, the only thing Andrew Hiller said is, look, the women's Instagrams accounts are twice as popular as the men's.
Oh, yeah.
We never do any pandering to the women. No dude on our show has ever come on here and thinks that they can do anything better than the worst woman from South America or Africa at the CrossFit Games.
Mm-hmm.
We treat them just like the fucking men. We don't even think about it. That's where we're at. But the media team over there, and I'd say most of the leadership, well, maybe things are changing, is a woke joke. And what I mean by that is they do things that look like niceness and kindness, but it's really parceling the women off as something separate and lesser. Oh my God, look, they stood up and walked. How cool. Oh my God, women. Oh my God, look, there's a woman over there. She's talking. Oh, look. Oh my God, there's one holding the camera. Oh my God, it's a black girl holding the camera. I can't believe it. You fucking bigots. It's so sad. We're so better than that. We're so beyond that. So it's so trivial. But this is cool from this lady, Haley Rosen. So I say, Haley, come to CrossFit. We don't do none of that shit. Even the leadership there is so weak, they can't even enforce it on us to be bigots and racist. We don't accept it. We don't. I think we dig in. Number one, good. 2 years ago, Adam Klink. Oh, this is cool. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't, why I can't squeeze Adam Klink on a show. I really want to have him on a show, or maybe he said no, or maybe I haven't invited him enough, but I got to get this guy on the show. Adam Klink flashback. When this happened, I was blown away.
Yeah.
This is nuts. Flashback to 2 years ago today, a decently heavy back squat and a somewhat, depending on who you ask, a fast mile. Dude, this is really a special human being.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sub 5-minute mile and a 500-pound back squat. And he just did them just like back to back?
Yeah, same day.
It's nuts. 2 years ago. It seems like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe no one's done 600 pounds in 4 minutes. Caller, hi.
Hey, Sevan, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, I had a question about leadership.
Okay, sure.
I'm
going to write it down and ask Dave later. Go ahead.
When Dave Castro was fired, he talked a few times about how it's the job of a leader to handle large talent, I guess. It's your job to give them space to do what they need to do to, express their talents. And Rosa talked a little bit about how Dave didn't fit in with his vision for the company. So when you see someone like Danielle Brandon let go from Underdogs, and as far as we know right now, it seems to be a culture clash. Do you look at Justin Kotler and say he's failed as a leader in the same way for not giving his talent room to express itself?
I would need I don't know that situation even closely as well enough as it's a good I think it's an awesome question, and I don't throw that out there very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't, maybe it's not a great question, but it's a great comparison. I don't know exactly what happened over there. I have to imagine that whatever it was a no. What's the word I'm looking for? What's it when you don't have any leeway? Non-negotiable. I'm guessing that whatever happened there was a non-negotiable. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe what if she was sleeping with Kotler's wife? I mean, now I'm a special person. If Danielle and Haley were fucking and I was Danielle's coach, I would fucking put a mouthpiece in, bite down on it, and get through the games. But I'm not saying, but someone else, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll sleep on the couch but when the games are over, I'm getting back in the mix. I don't know. But I do know what it was like at CrossFit intimately. So I don't know what the, I don't know.
That's fair.
But I do think it's an interesting comparison. I mean, look what this fucking guy, Matt Torres, has done. You can't train with other girls. He's stuck with Dallin. I don't think it's lost on any of us that these people are not normal people, and that these are they all have their pathologies might be too strong, but it might not be strong enough either. There's something different about these people, and we know that if you want to be around great people, there's going to be some weird shit, like, you know, they're going to have like a hand washing disorder, or fucking, you know, something's going to be off with them. It's going to be a challenge being around them. And so you have, you know, maybe the world's greatest coach, I don't know, Justin Kotler, and the world's greatest female athlete, Danielle Brandon. And yeah, it's definitely, it seems like it would be a leadership challenge. What do you think?
I think, well, I don't know either one of them very well. I just through your podcast mostly. I think it would be a challenge. It's hard for me to believe that you can approach Danielle with that and find a solution. She seems like she'd at least be open to, you know, if you're like, hey, problem, we need to talk about it, come up with a solution, or the only other choice we have is to let you go. It seemed like she enjoyed being there enough that you could come up with an answer that works for everybody.
Yeah, like maybe like rent a gym down the street or something, put her in there for the next 3 weeks, get through it. I'm serious. I'm not joking, but find a different space for her, have her train over there for 3 weeks, get through the games, and then fight it afterwards. Maybe. The thing is, reason why there's so many people coming, like citing, I don't know if citing is the right word, but seeing it from the perspective of Danielle. And I don't Did you ever hear the story? This is probably a bad story. Did you ever hear the story that came out a couple months ago where there was a dude who had a husband and wife who had a kid, and the guy was on testosterone cream? And at 2 years old, the kid had a fucking giant fucking penis and already had pubic hair, and his voice had deepened, and he was fucking yoked, and he was 2. And it was because the dad's testosterone, from the dad holding the kid so much, for 2 years, the testosterone cream got all over the fucking baby. Did you hear about this?
No. I heard you talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Those are the kind of things you get here on the Sevan Podcast. It's kind of like that. Like, I don't know what he,
oh shit.
I don't know what could have come off of her, but like, you would never be allowed to hold my baby if you had testosterone cream on yourself. If I found out about that, you know what I mean? My kid's penis can't get any bigger, or else it'll be a fucking nuisance. I know. If it grows up to be like mine, it's going to be a trip. I feel sorry for him.
I also think in terms of, if you're talking about leadership here, if we're talking about Kotler exactly without knowing exactly what was going on or the context around the whole situation, you have to understand that he's managing multiple different personalities and multiple different people with different needs as they head to the games. And maybe what was going on, Danielle's needs started to expand to take up a lot more of that energy and attention with the things that she was doing for Justin, and he decided that maybe that wasn't fair to the total.
I don't think it's that. Well, I think it's like something happened. This happened. You left your chalk out. You parked in my spot, and you showed up late. I mean, I think it's more significant than that. I think those 3 things happened, and it was like, all right, you're gone. These were the rules.
Yeah. And then, so I wonder too much how much of that expectation was set at the beginning. Because remember, we talked about before, and you asked Bergeron, like, is there a drug policy? And he was saying, well, no, it's just basically a given. And Kotler said, I don't know, we'll probably be changing that coming. I can't remember if it was him or Torres, but they said, I don't know, we'll be changing that in the seasons to come. Meaning they're going to lay out more expectation about, this is what we do, this is how we act. And if you don't, you're then choosing to leave. So that way in the future, when situations like this come up, it's not as big of a break. But I agree with you. I think something happened.
I will tell you this, caller. My smartest friends thinks that that there's always sex involved. I don't think that, but that's what my smartest friends think. Who are like,
yeah, it would have to be something pretty extreme to be that abrupt.
right,
right.
Agreed.
And I think Kotler and Danielle are handling it fucking perfectly by not fucking saying a word.
Yeah.
I love the way Kotler expressed it on your podcast this week.
He's a good dude.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Hey, what do you think about Adam Klink? What a stud, right?
You guys talking about his back squat and run?
Yeah, 2-year anniversary on that.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I think I have a sub 8-minute mile and a 175-pound back squat.
That's the next video.
And only one, and then I'm dead. All right.
I'd love to see an event like that in the games. You know, like a max mile followed by a max lift of some sort.
Yeah, cool. I agree. It'd be dope. A max mile, those fuckers would kill themselves on accident. They would die out there.
I know. That's what I want to see.
All right, me too. All right. Bye.
Thanks, Colin.
Number 3. Congratulations, Mr. Link, by the way. Klink. Okay. Will you appear at the games in person, Sevan, or are you over it? Are those my choices? Titsville, 16-year-old fighting COVID pneumonia in both lungs and Arnold Palmer at Arnold Palmer ICU. That's intensive care unit. So we have a 16-year-old in Titsville who has COVID pneumonia. I don't even know what COVID pneumonia. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
That's it.
No. There's more slides. There's more.
There's more slides. Sorry.
Yes.
You were just making the.
No, let's go. More slides.
Roger. There we go.
Just because you have a healthy 16-year-old doesn't mean that they can't be attacked by this virus. If wearing a mask means you're not sitting in ICU like I am next to my daughter watching her struggle to breathe, then wear a mask. Stephanie Chenwent from Titsville. Her 16-year-old daughter, healthy 16-year-old daughter. Please go on. Healthy 16-year-old. Look at, so cool. Healthy. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait a second. I don't think this is a picture of your daughter. Is it? Is this her daughter? Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a healthy human being. This is not 100. You cannot be healthy and be 100 pounds overweight. That you cannot be.
100 pounds.
I know. It's probably closer to 200. But
yeah, that first comment, the mom doesn't love her daughter if she allowed her to destroy her health. Damn.
So it's everywhere. This is it. We've changed the baseline. This is also woke talk. This is lying. This is using words. What woke talk is when you just change the definition of words to suit your feelings. I hate the number 4, so 2 + 2 is 5. Sevan, if you wore your CrossFit Media Director t-shirt at the games, do you think you would be asked to leave?
By who? He's the media director.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What? Hey, Tony, what if I wore my CEO shirt? Then would I be asked to leave? I cannot. But you guys don't. No one would. I have shit to do. I have to be right here during the games doing my shit. If I'm at the games, who would be doing my shit? I have to do it. Number 4. Oh, I should be erasing these. I'm gonna erase them here too.
I feel sorry for that girl. Wait, didn't we do number 4? Why?
Okay, yeah, we did number 4. We did number 4 already. Oh, this is kind of old, but there's this is just a thought I had. I want to share with you guys. There's always this stuff talking about how we're social creatures. People shouldn't be left alone. I love being left alone. I spend time alone every single day. And I'll tell you some of the things. So I spend time alone. I'm usually sitting or lying down. Things that I use is I have this back needle pad that I like. I haven't used it much lately, but I do get into it in cycles, and it's basically like just it's a mat, like a yoga mat, but it has all like these pins on it, plastic pins on it, and it hurts just a little bit, but I'll lie on it, and I'll try to basically just to like do energy body and focus all my energy on different parts of my body. Well, yeah, like one of those. Really cool. So cool. I lay on that thing naked, basically. Well, I just put on some underwear, and I don't use the pillow. I don't like the way that thing makes my head feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I just lie on that, and I let I guess it's kind of like acupuncture. I don't know. I've never done acupuncture.
It's spiky like that?
Yeah, it's spiky like that.
Oh, interesting.
And it's crazy too. Sometimes I'll fall asleep on it. It's nuts. Actually, often I'll fall asleep on it. I use an iPad pillow. And the reason why I use an iPad pillow is if I set it on my face and it puts I'm kind of addicted to it. It puts a little pressure on my face. I keep it high off my nose. And then I just put a ton of attention on my cranium. Just a ton of attention on my cranium. Not my thoughts, but the actual bone, the skin, the eyebrows, the ears, the hair follicles. And I just spend time in that space, just breathing or watching my breath. And so when people say we're social creatures, I almost like, hey, I don't know how true. I mean, we're social, but there's some people that think that you have to be around people all the time, or being spending time alone is bad. It's like the best time. No radio, no phone, no, just chill. And go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just think that just depends on how comfortable you are with yourself. I think a lot of times people use like the whole we're social creatures as just a distraction, because if they start to spend some time alone with themselves, a lot of things start to surface that maybe they just don't want to deal with, whether it's just insecurities, stress in life, or some deeper issue.
And I hear you. And if you put your attention off your thoughts, put them on your toes, you have attention, you have awareness, you can shift it out off of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are responsible for them, but you are not them. 98, super woke.
Do you ever go to Walmart?
No, okay. I haven't been to Walmart probably in 20. I only went the first time I saw Walmart is because I was driving across the country, and I would sleep in their parking lot.
Yep, it's free for like trailers everywhere.
Yeah, but no, I don't do Walmart or Target or any of those places. I'm too judgmental to go in there.
Well, that's gonna be my next question.
I don't even like their parking lot.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, well, Zombie nailed it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I can only imagine. I know what's so I told my sister saw my Disneyland episode. She goes, "Oh man," she's like, you sound like you described a Walmart in Texas. I did used to go to Costco when I was in college. You know, buy like a 6,000 pack of hot dogs and a 12,000 pack of buns.
Set for the month.
Yeah.
Super woke.
Okay, this guy, Corey, he was on the show.
Yeah, what happened to him? I don't see his stuff anywhere anymore.
No, I think he's been shadow banned all get out. Probably. Okay, let's see.
A black man of wearing blackface. Yeah, you heard it right. They accused a black man of wearing blackface. Stuart Roden and Jill Lassen, who
okay, so
specialize in
I'll tell you,
diversity, equity,
this is
and
once again
inclusion.
changing the definition of words. So it has nothing to do with skin color, and we've all seen this. You know, we saw Larry Elder run for governor of California, and they said he was basically a white man in blackface, even though he has black skin. And once again, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. No one cares about the color of your skin on the left. All they care about is what you're thinking. They're thought police. And so you can't even be black-skinned unless you think the way they want you to think. And that's basically what happened here. Something came out of someone's mouth that was black skin that didn't fit these white people's agenda, so they assumed it was but he's not joking. In this particular circumstance, they actually thought it was a white dude with blackface because of what was coming out of his mouth. Nuts. Fucking nuts. It's crazy. It's worse than 1984. George Orwell didn't even go far enough. We are in it. We're in it. And remember when our teachers would teach us that shit and make fun of it? And now, and it was like the left is like, we can't let that happen. And now they're the purveyors of it. You heard the discussion I had with equity and equality on this show the other day with one of our beloved friends. It's like, holy shit. People should be allowed to think and say what they want. You cannot have thought police. Okay. 108. Gruesome documentary. Oh, this one's a trip. This is a trip. Sorry, guys. Some of this stuff's kind of old. Our Father is Netflix's most gruesome real life documentary yet. I haven't seen this.
I saw it.
You did?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's been a little bit, so I don't really remember the details, and I was like halfway pay attention. But essentially, it was a doctor who was supposed to inseminate women.
Yeah.
And they had donors that brought in, semen and stuff like that. And he would, when it was time for their appointment.
Wait, you bring semen in? You don't jerk off there?
They did it there, yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
So then what he would do?
So you bring your balls in. You bring your balls in where the semen is, and then you get it out of your balls at the doctor's office.
You extract it. Correct.
Okay. You entice it to come out.
Yeah. So anyhow, the doctor would take the sample, and he would just go into his office and produce his own sample, and then come back and inseminate the women with his semen. And he did it to fucking like hundreds of them.
Hey, so
they all have the same dad, even though these moms thought that it was the donor that they chose and everything else. And then it turned out that all of like this daughter who's looking depressed as shit right now, she found out that she was like one of a bunch of them. And they all did it through that 23andMe. Where like they got some genetic testing for whatever reason and it popped, and then they started realizing, wait, why am I related to this fucking list of people? And it just continues to grow and grow and grow because he did it for years. And he claimed he did it because God like told him to, because he's supposed to spread.
I understand.
Seed,
Everywhere.
I understand.
That's why I do this podcast.
Yeah, I forgot I watched this.
Wait, so he literally
would go to his office, jerk it into the sample.
So they were always fresh sample. Wow.
Right off top. They had to be. They have
what
to
What a weird. Hey, is that whole genie in the lamp thing a metaphor for masturbating? Like you rub the genie and he comes out?
Goddamn Disney grooming our
kids. We're such
again.
weird creatures. We're such weird creatures.
It always relates back to that, right? Didn't you just say like that? The conflict that massive, there's probably sex involved, and here we are rubbing the genie lamp.
It's so weird. Did you ever have a Venus flytrap as a kid?
Plant?
Yeah.
No.
You put your finger in there and it closes, and like you do it 3 times and it's not, then you basically fuck that trap, right? I think like each time you put your finger in there and it closes and opens, it gets like, it loses its whatever its value. And so you're kind of fucking the plant because it put all this energy to make that trap, and then you put it in there and it closes and opens, and then now it's not going to be able to catch a fly the next time because you kind of wasted it on your childish stunt by putting your finger in there. But yeah, there's something about just man, masturbation is so weird. It's so fucking weird. You just rub yourself and some seeds fall out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine shaking your wallet and just wanting and just hoping the right amount of money comes out.
I read like some like stoicism things and stuff like that. Like they have like the daily meditation or whatever. I haven't read that in a little bit, but one of the quotes was like, how much will, and I'm super paraphrasing here, but it was basically like how much will screw up our life for a few minutes of rubbing parts together and then a spasmodic release of chemical.
Yeah.
like people will die over that shit.
Wow.
Yeah. That's some strong pull. Powerful
force. Okay. So just, what you want to do. Hey, it's kind of like maybe if you're into that stuff, if you're going to get like artificial insemination, you should basically, if you want to do the true and tried test, you go in there with the dude while he jerks off.
Follow that sample.
Here's the thing I really don't understand, and I mean this. Like if I was a woman, and I'm not, and this is the one place maybe I don't know, maybe if I should be quiet, but I'm not going to be. I would want the dude to put his penis in me and it be made naturally. Even
if it was a stranger and you were
married? Yeah. I think that Even if I was a stranger, even if I was married, even if I was a lesbian, even if I was gay, like if I was a gay dude, now, I mean, I think.
Well, you know what I
But
think?
I'm not gay and lesbian, so I don't know exact. But I think I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna take one for the team just to make this like, because this is the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, you should leave women's issues to women.
I know. That's why I said gay men, and then someone will be like, well, you're not a gay man. I could be. Hello, caller.
Hello, Sevan.
Hi. If you
Hi,
if you were gay and are you gay?
I am not. Sir.
Oh, but if you were gay and you wanted a baby, would you still have sex with a woman, something with a vagina to have the baby, or would you jerk off and have it put in her?
I don't know if I can answer that fairly in that
I know.
I'm not gay. So
that's fair.
That's a tough one.
That's good of you. Okay.
That's a tough one.
Okay.
You know?
That's good.
So,
I mean, hey, let me ask you this. I don't mean to put this. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I do. Let me ask you this. If you could just close your eyes when you're with the woman and pretend like you're humping a pillow, or jerking off, or that it's a dude's butthole.
As my wife walks in from giving the dog a bath, she's like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Hey, that's cool that my wife bathes the dog too. I don't do that. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. My wife does that. Does she bathe with the dog?
No, they're outside of the deck.
My wife bathes with the dog.
Here, you have a small one.
That's true.
He's 145 pounds.
Oh, do you have a Dane? Do you have a Great Dane?
He's a Borbal.
Oh, I got one of those too. Wow.
You have a Borbal?
Yes.
Yeah.
No way, I did not know that.
Yeah, greatest dog in the fucking world. I hate to say it, but she's the fucking greatest. It's nuts.
Oh my god. That is so cool, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, do you have kids?
I don't. I'm married 25 years and no kids.
Oh,
it allows me time to CrossFit, train 3 hours a day.
Wow. They're great with kids, man. It's nuts. This thing just stays with my kids all day. Bite anyone who comes near them.
Yeah.
So he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy, though. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So we talked about gay sex, way out of our boundaries because we were being we were culturally appropriate and pretending like we were gay. I apologize for that. And then we talked about bathing dogs, and then working out. Oh, 25 years of marriage. That's fucking a success.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, congrats. That's fucking cool.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Okay, sorry. What were you gonna say though?
Yeah. So I wanted to peel back the onion a little bit and regarding the foundations of the sport. I've been involved since 2012. I have my level 1. I have some education in the realm of exercise science and stuff. So
are you on testosterone? Your voice is deep as shit.
No, I get that a lot though.
Oh, okay. You don't shoot up the T?
No, I don't get that I'm on testosterone a lot. I get that I have a deep voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so I understand and appreciate the broad domains and specializing in, just like the gentleman who had the sub 5-minute mile and the 500-pound back squat. But for the life of me, I'll kind of cut to the chase. For the life of me, I can't comprehend how our sport allows a true measurement of fitness where an 18 and 19-year-old is expected to move the same loads, resistance, weights, call it what you want, as a 54-year-old. Where, we'll just get a few more things out, where we all know all the physiological changes that happen throughout all those decades. Speaking of testosterone.
I don't think they are. What's the example you have of where they are expected to move the same loads?
Just from the open to the semifinals. Where like I'm a 48-year-old dude, right? And at 48, my testosterone is significantly lower, my bone density is significantly lower, my
max heart rate is significantly lower. We can keep going.
Hey,
But
dude,
yeah,
the open is when I do answer the phone, just so you know who
Yep.
the person who keeps calling over and over, I'm going to fucking ass fuck you into next week for calling 18 times in a row. Okay. When
I just wanted your take on that, you know. And
yeah, here's the thing. The open's so fucked up, dude. I agree with you, but here's the thing. I was okay with that a little bit when it was 5 events. And like it would start off easy, and then by the 5th event, there was like a fucking like something that was like a little too hard, and like where us old guys can only do like 1 or 2 reps. But with 3 events, I see what you're saying. But here's the thing: on the other end, I don't want to do something different. I want the open to be something where we all do the same thing. Every time they fragment it into something, I have less interest in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm most excited about the event this year that everyone's gonna do. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah,
that's very true. But whatever that is, when it does reveal itself, there's something that says that it's going to kind of be a level playing field. It's where a Dallin Pepper has to move a 50-pound dumbbell, as many snatches, a 12-minute workout. Dallin has to move a 50-pound dumbbell, and a 54-year-old has to move a 50-pound dumbbell because the weights don't change until you turn 55. Yeah. That's a vast difference between 19 and 54, and I could never wrap my head around that with our sport. And maybe because I'm an older dude now, but hey, tell me. I
wonder if we would have asked the 18-year-old version of yourself what you would have said. You'd be like, "Quit being a pussy, hang up on that guy."
Probably. That being said, you know what? That being said, I'll get under heavy barbell, and if you give me the workout with a 70-pound dumbbell, I'm still gonna move it. Like I'm not afraid. I really don't care. But the exercise phys in me is like, how is that fucking fair?
Yeah.
I
hear you.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to answer this and blast this dude. I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, you the man. All right, good luck with your board.
Thank you. Holy shit, dude. How many times did you call?
Hey, what's up, brother? Called you a bunch of times, like 15, 20.
I know, but I was talking to someone else trying to hook up a sack so when you come over, we could get high as fuck. You're fucking that up.
So sorry.
He thought it was the cops, and now he's not coming over with the weed.
He got paranoid.
No, I'm an ally, man. I'm on your side. I just want to give you guys some praise for focusing on what I describe as linguistic corruption and this constant push to continually redefine terms or just remove definitions from terms and concepts, which breaks people's capacities to understand reality. There were some commenters earlier referring to Orwell in 1984 and Newspeak, and there are so many forces in this modern era that are sort of disconnecting us from our own language. And if we don't have linguistic integrity, not only can we not understand the world as it is, because the human mind is wired to bring meaning to things through language, but we can't even speak to each other. And if we are social animals, I know you had a little bit of an issue with that. We do need to get along with each other to understand each other.
I agree. I agree.
Species. We're being dissolved and frightening. So God bless you guys for focusing on that. And I got a question for both of you.
I just have one quick question for you. I have one quick question for you too. Are you in one of those hospitals where you sound like you're in one of those rooms where you donate semen, like a small 8x8 cube with the
live
white.
from the closet.
Yeah.
No, man. I mean, my apartment probably just got terrible headphones on. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Okay, go ahead.
So if I would have spoken to either of you guys, let's say 10, 20 years ago, were you already on this same political, philosophical, moral wavelength? Did you see this coming, or are you sort of a new traveler on this front?
I was surrounded by people who saw it was coming, and I had fucking no clue. Fucking clue. Peace and love, hug the tree. I just wanted to just be naked in a field my whole life. And part of me does just want to still be just naked in a field, just like dancing and like, but I didn't see this coming. I had no idea. Like the thing is, in like going to words, it's like people use the word science. They don't know what it means. People use the word climate change. They have no what it means. They haven't read a single paper. They're just being pumped propaganda, and they believe it. And it's people I love, dear, close ones to me. And I used to be the same, believing these concepts and ideas and not taking one peek myself. It's just to tell you, like, I voted for Hillary and Obama. Do you know what you want to know what it was to me is they started saying, I was at my house one day and a bunch of people started saying Trump was racist because of what he said about Mexicans. And I was like, oh, I want to see what he said. And I went on my fucking computer and I started fucking looking for everything that I could about what he said about Mexicans. I was like, oh shit, these people are fucking trapped in their fucking head. They took what he said here as being racist. And it's not racist. He said something like Mexicans or Mexico is sending over its worst people, its rapists and its robbers and its criminals. Like, how the fuck is that racist? The only thing racist about it is calling them Mexican, which is enforced, ironically, by the people who called him racist. And that kind of like, that started me down this like, oh shit. But when you're around Greg Glassman all the time, he demands everything be defined. He doesn't allow anything to be spoken about unless it's defined. And so once you get around, and so I had all the
tools.
I had all the tools. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I started the show with that YouTube comment. That lady said nothing. She took the time to write nothing. And as soon as you see that, you know it's someone's trapped in their head. They're like, oh, you've said something. They've responded to it in their head, and now they're responding to the response they had in their head. It's like, wow. That's women when they're PMSing, and dudes fall for it every time. They say something, we don't know what it means, and we respond to it, and now we're like, oh, we get taken out to the deep waters. We're not equipped to be in deep waters. Sevan, that's so sexist. Okay, I mean,
you know,
I had Meredith Root and Alex Parker on, and they even said they were cool as shit when they were on the show. And they even said, hey, every woman should have to date another woman just to get some empathy from men. Or they said something like that. Someone should pull that clip and make it a reel.
Well, I want to welcome you to Team Reality. It's so good to have you on.
Thank you for letting. And that's the thing. Team Reality will let anyone come on at any time. Thanks, babe.
That's exactly right. It's open invitations, and you would be a tragic loss of talent if you would have stayed on Team Fakery and Team Disconnected. And by the way, there's an amazing lesson there.
By the way, we're oblivious when we're on that team too. Just so you know, it's not like we're bad people. It's just that we're fucking oblivious. We actually think we're doing the right thing. We're just fucking so confused.
Bro, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and there's nothing more dangerous than a person who is convinced of his or her own moral superiority and righteousness.
Yes.
That is a dangerous path. So what you did, you demonstrated good faith, personal investigation. You interrogated your own assumptions or what you had heard, and you learned it for yourself. And that's really something that we should always be doing all the time with all of our paradigms, our assumptions, our axioms. So when I'm listening to that story of yours, I had this massive smile on my face. I loved it so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Better than a handy.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting old enough that maybe I even enjoy this more. You know. Okay, good.
You're a mature man. Thank you.
Okay, take care, guys. Bye.
Okay, bye. Number 116. Oh, speaking of which, number 116. 116. Speaking of racism, God, I love racist humor. Oh, it's Mr. Olson. For $49.99, you can call me. Oh wait, sorry. For $49.99, you can call me anytime.
What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Sevan.
Hi.
And Mr. Susan. Hey,
what's up, brother?
Guys, let me just give you a little history. Me and Sevan, where we met.
Okay.
Of Mr. Glassman, of Castro.
Okay.
Of this community that loves on people in the hardest times. And my point is this: I met Sevan in 2012 or 13 at the Hot Shots.
Oh wow!
Event,
wow!
The original, the OG Hot Shots event in Klink and CrossFit in Arizona.
Yep.
We drove up from Southern California, and what my mission in life is in Southern California. I've talked to you a little bit about this, Sevan, is is we got to teach these youngsters, like you do with your sons, and I do with mine, who are 10 and 13, who have did their very first local fun CrossFit competition at 3 and 5.
Wow.
At a local box.
Wow.
And it's just making movement like brushing teeth. Like, my kids know we got to move every day. Every day. There's no excuses. There's no off days. We got to move every day. But I just want to say you guys are doing amazing stuff. I get all hyper and I'm super energetic for what you guys do. I watch your show and just keep putting good things out in the world. I really enjoy what you guys do. You guys are my new Rogan. And I say that because you guys talk about topics that are not different, but you guys bring out so many different personalities. I look forward to your just your pure just enjoyment of life with your family, and you're really focused on making a difference. So
thank you. I got a question. And you're a cancer survivor.
Yes, sir. That's right. In 2018, I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and my CrossFit, I've done, if you remember, we talked about it, my 5th annual 24-hour challenge, inspired by Mr. David Goggins back in the day, where after my 6th round of chemo, I air squatted 6 times a minute for 24 hours and did 8,640 squats in one day. Now, some of them could have been no reps by Hiller. I'm not going to lie to you. Hiller would have no reps me on some of those. No. Look, if you would have watched some of the videos, but I already finished 6th round of chemo.
Hey, does that get hard?
Wow.
I mean, like, you hear that and you're like, oh, that's so easy. But like, are there times where you're like, oh shit, how am I going to do another 6?
I hate my life. At midnight, I question everything. And we do this for the last, like I said, this year was 24 hours on the Rogue Echo Bike. As a community, I had 50 people from local. This is the one that Jason came down to and was a part of. And
Kalipa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The California Bear, the man himself, the goat, my goat, in the womb. But we did it for 24 hours, and we did 138,000 combined calories on the Rogue Echo Bike.
So the monitor didn't go off for 24 hours?
No, sir. So you set it at 999, and it counts down. And we had one crew. Big shout out to CrossFit Pandemic. Fred Manson. This is what I talk about, the human will. Fred Manson, a dear brother and friend in the CrossFit Pandemic community, is still battling, has not got the remission call from prostate cancer. He sat on that bike for 24 hours with his crew of other 4 mates, and he rode. So it's a special thing, what we try to do, just inspire people. And that's what I get back to. Like, I think fitness for kids and for adults is like a punishment. As a kid, it was like punishment. But if we just learn to enjoy it, like, and that's why I love CrossFit, that's why I love Zumba, that's why I love walking with people. Like, any form of movement is just if you do it in an encouraging yet competitive environment for kids at a younger age, it's over. We have kids work out in the park for the last 6 weeks. We had Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30 to 6:15. Kids come out and just move. We had kettlebells, we ran, we squat, we lunge, just move, and made it an environment that will make kids want to exercise.
Hey,
but,
can you see the monitor right now?
I can't. I'm just on my phone.
Okay. Could you pull up the 3 plane, or maybe it's Sevan? Maybe it's Sevan Rinse.
Yep.
So I'll tell you. So last night I had some people over, and they have kids, and it was just getting dark, probably 8:30 at night, and the kids were watching a movie, and I just walked in front of the movie. I hit pause, and they all start complaining. I'm like, hey, come out to the garage for a second. And there's a door that goes from that TV room out into our garage, and they come out to the garage, and I have this thing that I got from Tumble Track. It's like a round, imagine a round pillow that's like 3 feet across, 3 feet in diameter, and it's full of air, and you fill it up with air, and it's kind of like a portable trampoline, right? Just a thin pad full of air, and you jump on it like a little air mattress. And so I put that thing on the ground, and I had them jump, right there. And I had them jump to a box that was only 1.5 inches high, 1.5 inches. And then I raised it 1.5 inches until it was over 3 feet in the air. And within 3 minutes, they stopped complaining that I turned the TV off. I had them jump up on this box. They had the most fun they ever had. It took 15 minutes to complete the workout. They were all completely sweaty. And then they basically told me to fuck off and ran in and watched TV again. And it was that easy. And I don't respond to any of their shit. They're like, the TV, this, that. I don't even talk to them. Like, fuck off. I'm not talking to you. You're going to jump. And they partied. They lost nothing. The movie was waiting for them when they got back. It was so easy.
Right. So think about this. Think about jiu-jitsu, right? Your kids, when my kids, they've been doing it since they were 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Same school, same crew. And as they've gotten older, like, yeah, we don't want to go. We're so tired because they go to a sports academy where they're not in traditional school.
Okay.
They work out half the day.
I love it.
And, you know,
what's that called? What's that called? That sports academy.
It's called the Winner's Circle Athletic. And you're seeing them pop up more and more. When you hear about alternative education, we talk about it. You know, our family in 2018 was traumatized by masks. And I say this with all respect for people who worry about wearing them.
Right.
But when my kids were 7 and 9, I wore a mask one time. And it kind of, the look they had on their face, it scared them. When this stuff happened in 2020, they didn't want to wear a mask at school because it took them back to when Dad was sick. So me and my wife pivoted. They've been training at this facility since they were 3 and 5, and they
it's like a school, but it's called the Winner's Circle, and they
just go to Winner's Circle Athletics. You'll see it. It's a special place, and I really believe that if in this competitive environment where they're around alphas all day long.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
alphas. But what's crazy is in an environment, even with a bunch of alphas, they are getting better at learning how to compete, how to work with others, be teammates, like be a good human. It's a special place, but I'm telling you, we need to change the game.
Hey, I'm wondering, can white kids and black kids go there? Just checking.
Oh yes.
And what about boys and girls?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's incredible! I love inclusivity. Wow, and wow. And I drive a Toyota 4Runner. Can I park in the parking lot?
Ooh, that's where we draw the line.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what you're doing with your boys, I love it. Stick with it, but the jiu-jitsu thing, the kids never want to go, but when they get there, they have the best time of their life. 30 seconds in, they're like, they forgot about everything. They're ready to go. And after, it's like, yeah, I did this, and I pulled this guy, and this big guy, and this small guy. Nah, that's the beautiful thing. It's just movement. Just move your kids' bodies every day, and I promise you, you'll have a happier kid when they get into the junior high. You know what I mean? You'll have a happier, they're more confident. They know they're not so insecure because they know their body. They understand. And I'm talking about boys. I only have boys, but I've seen with boys and girls, when they go to school confident, knowing that they exercise, they're on a team, like, let's just keep these kids moving. And that's my goal in life. So
I love it.
You guys.
Thank you. Hey, dude, I really appreciate your support. I really do.
Listen to me.
Means the world to us.
I like the PI guy. I'm telling you, when y'all do your show.
Oh, Ricardo Montalban. Yes.
Yes. Look, I love him. I kind of like him because I don't go in the chat like Heidi and Bruce Wayne. I didn't know how many of these guys did, but he does a little bolt to him.
Right.
But I go in there and just drop positivity because if you throw negative vibes out there, you just a Cheeto finger troll. And I can't vibe with you. You gotta spread that love. So keep doing what you're doing, boys. Much love.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's positivity in the calling today. And good questions. Like the last handful, not even today, but the other episodes too.
Yeah, no one's called with no crazy shit today. No wackadoodles. Good night to everybody except Asians. 116. Get that. Let's stir up that Asian hate. Stir that up. Okay, here we go.
Wait, where's my
racist? It's not. It's because it's morning for them now. Good morning, Asians. I'm not racist. Good night to everyone except for Asians. That sounded racist. It's not. It's because it's morning for them now. Good morning, Asians. I'm not racist. Good.
God, was I high when I chose that? Okay, good.
Asians.
Good job, buddy. You made the show.
I like how the one comment is it's an angry face. Wait.
Oh, That's good.
No.
That's awesome. Okay. 119. Black people have their own racial slur. You guys get it? You guys get it? Because it's like in China, it's nighttime. They're on the other side of the planet. You get it? You guys get it? Okay.
Oh,
119.
Goodness.
119.
Oh.
Black people have their own racial slur. I'm so happy when we get through these. Okay, here we go.
People are so cool, they can own their own racial slur. Okay, that's how cool they are. No other minority in America is cool enough to own their own slur. All right, you never see Chinese people walking around just going, hey yo, my chinks. Yo, where my chinks at? Yo, holler at me chinks. Yeah, my chinks. Hey, stay yellow, my fellows. Whoa. Sounds awful. It's like nails on a chalkboard. My chinks, my chinks, my chinks. Like, black people are so cool.
He's good. He's good. Number 123. So here's an interesting thing over, this is just a little note I made over, the, whole, COVID, nonsense. The CDC changed the milestone for kids. They shouldn't be involved in this really anyway, but they changed the milestone for kids of like when they should reach certain goals, like how long they should crawl, when they should walk, when they should talk, when they should be able to like stand on one foot. It's nuts. And of course they made it, they lowered the bar. They lowered the bar.
Well, they had to make up something.
That's when you make everyone dumber. That's not equity. That's making everyone dumber. This fantasy side of equity that the woke crowd wants to believe in is that we gave all the kids tutors, or we gave all the parents money to take their kids to the Winner Circle Academy, and that and they have to take their kids there to get better, or to get the money to get access. That would be a kind of equity to like offer everyone in the United States an echo bike, or sorry, an assault bike. It's a better bike. Assault bike's a better bike. Offer everyone in the United States a free assault bike. Or not a free assault bike. We'll charge it to someone will pay for it. But you get my point. Not just offering it anyway. Fuck it. But anyway, the CDC is a joke.
Well, they had to do that. They had to get out in front of the how masks are going to change the development of children. Masks and sitting inside your house will have a toll. So it's easy. Just get out in front of it and be like, hey, actually, we were wrong about all this. They develop a lot slower and we don't obtain all these things. And then when everything gets screwed up as it comes down the pipeline, they're like, yeah, see, it's right with our definitions. It's fine.
Thank you. You to put it in context. So kids are fucked up. So instead of acknowledging that the quarantine, the vaccine, the mask fucked them up, what they do is they just move the bar and say, no, it's actually okay if your kid doesn't talk until he's 12. Oh, yeah. Shit. Okay.
We had members of the gym that had young kids during the pandemic, like just born right before lockdown and stuff like that. And when we reopened and started having events and different things with people coming to work out together at parks or out in front of the gym, they would just bring their young kids there because they were like, I don't know, I started to get nervous. This is the first time that this person that my child has ever been around more than just us. And there'd be like 10 or 12 people there, and they'd put the kids there and you could just see them like, oh shit, because I mean, they're not going to the grocery stores, they're not doing normal chores, they're not out at the park, there's no play dates, there's nothing, they're just stuck inside the house. And then when they are out, if they are of a certain age, they're putting masks on their face. And when you're a kid and you're that age and you're still trying to figure out language and learning and stuff, how much of the facial expressions and the energy of other people,
it's all that. That's all it is. They're just 99%.
So you've just zapped their main ability to communicate and exist and to process what's coming into them. You just completely took that away at a real crucial age. And then now we're just going to be like, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. No. So the CDC knew that, got out ahead of it, lowered all the standards. And now they're like, see, look, we're perfect in alignment with how we thought it was going to be.
And those of you who did that shit to your kids know that your kids are going to get shit mates for that. You've reduced the number of quality good mates, and their radar for picking good mates is going to be fucked. Your parents sabotaged your ability.
And I know I get through, but one more.
Sabotage you. Will you bring up that MSN article?
Yes.
This is an article I sent two of my friends who live in Berkeley, California on May 26th. I sent this to two of my Berkeley friends. 8th graders using the wrong pronouns is now considered sexual harassment. I sent that on May 26, 2022. And they thought that I was wearing a tinfoil hat. They thought this is complete insanity. And I told them, I said, you send your kids to school to be educated. You don't send them to school so they can come home with sexual harassment charges. Kids are being set up to get sexual harassment charges. Pull your kids out of school now. I know it's dramatic. I know it might sound crazy, but it's not. 2 days ago, one of the fathers who I sent this to said he's like, you'll never believe this. I'm picking my 8-year-old up right now. 8-year-old. I think that's like 2nd or 3rd grade from school because he got suspended for using the wrong pronoun. Berkeley, California. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have your kids in school, you must take them out. Because on the flip side of that, they're being indoctrinated. They're being taught intolerance. They're being taught that there's thought police. It was great too. He told me when he got there, his kid looked up at him and said, "Am I in trouble?" And he's like, "No." He said the teacher was disgusted. It's nuts. It's here, man. It's here.
I have a member who's a 4th grade teacher, and she was telling me about it. She's been a 4th grade teacher for a long time, and she was saying that the biggest change that she's noticed over like the last, like, let's call it 5 years, 6 years, is that kids are, and her word she used is, we're almost too nice to each other. And so what ends up happening is since everybody's so afraid to offend or to have a conversation or a different of opinion, you've taken their ability away to discuss and process anything, because the biggest crime you could ever do in the world is offend you by accidentally saying something I was unaware of that offends you. So now none of us we just don't talk.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Look at Steven Flores. Looks like one of the Diaz brothers, like the one that the older one. Doesn't he? Like a young version. Miss Cabinet Lady. Hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm good.
Great.
That story is infuriating.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy that it just took 2 months to happen. But he is in the hive. Berkeley and LA are really fucked up. The whole West Coast of the United States is pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Well, are you excited
About
the game?
No, I mean, kind of no, because it means less time with my kids. You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited when the games are over. And I go into Newport. I'm going to Newport Beach thanks to Sarah Cox and California Hormones for 2 weeks. I'm going to just just on the beach for 2 weeks. Then I'm excited. And I'll only be doing live call-in shows and talking to favorite guests.
Well, all I can say is I'm measuring my years for the last 10 years by the games.
Oh,
and last year, your coverage was so good.
Thank you.
And
this year it's going to be better. This year it's going to be absolutely fucking nuts.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have to shut my office down.
Hey, if you're listening to this show, you could do, and you want to help, send me $50. But if that's too rich for your blood, then send a DM or comment in the DMs to any athlete who's come on the show and thank them for coming on the show. That would be huge to me.
That would be
the
huge.
fact that like Amanda Barnhart, Rich Froning, Haley Adams, any of these people will come on the show. Patrick Vellner. That, like, without that, I'm just fucking nothing. I mean, it's so cool.
I sent you a message. I sent the Sevan Podcast a DM about Venmoing money for all the people on the ground there.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Send it just to me on the show. So it goes, because that goes straight to my bank account. Fuck those guys.
I didn't want to get it commingled with the jiu-jitsu fund.
The CEO has to make about 100 times more than the people on the ground.
By people, you're just referring to me?
Yes.
No, Heidi and Matt and all the people who helped you last year. It was
Bruce Wayne keeping the comments clean. Yes.
Last year at the games, I was fielding athletes interviews from a family reunion. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It was great. It was so fun. It just came together so organically. It was really cool.
Yeah, thank you. It's weird. It's like I start to get runner's high. It's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna thank God. I think I'm gonna have JR and Taylor the whole weekend. I think Hiller is going to be on the ground there. Sousa will be on the ground. Brian Friend will be on the ground. Heidi, Will Plummer, a bunch of people will be on the ground there. Sorry if I forgot someone who the usual suspects who fucking are so awesome to the show.
So the best way to help is just to do a donation through the podcast. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. And even if you're not watching it, just leave it on. Just go to the Sevan channel and just leave it on. Repeat on watch.
Click a playlist and let it just roll.
No, everyone's Rich Holton to start the Sousa Sunglass Fund. Thank you, Rich. The thing is it doesn't matter. Everyone's people like you, people who call in, everyone's contributing great. It's awesome. Go by the Paper Street booth for sure. Please say hi to Gabe. He can't sell coffee there, but I'm sure he's going to have some free caffeine there. Get caffeinated. I'm not supposed to say this because it's supposed to be a surprise, but go by there and get your free CEO shirt. Wear it on Sunday. Wear it on Sunday and win a free Echo bike. Go there and buy a shirt. Support Hiller. Support Colton Mertens. The pig shirts will be there. We'll have a bunch of other CEO shirts there. So, if that's
cool.
And love on Gabe. That dude Gabe, who's running that Paper Street shit, that's just fucking. He's great. Yeah, that's just all hobby. He's just. Yeah. He's
reminding me I have to place an order there.
Yeah, he's just the way I do this podcast and Sousa does this podcast to scratch a creative itch. That's what he's doing. He's just rolling.
Hey, you have a lot of new people.
Yeah, listening. the show's growing. I'm super pleased.
You have to.
Wad Zombie. My cards will be there. My Wad Zombie cards. Get your Colton Mertens and Patrick Vellner and Danielle Brandon and Jason Hopper cards. Sorry, go ahead, Jody.
You have to recap for the new people how the podcast came to be with Sousa.
Okay, I'm going to do that
one
next
of these
time.
days, not now. But
okay, thank you.
Anyway, we all know the beginners know.
Thank you.
Anyway, you guys have a great afternoon. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Skin cancer 124.
Yeah, boy.
No, skin cancer 124.
I thought sun causes cancer.
Well,
everybody
actually,
says stay out of the sun because it causes cancer.
That's right. They did a study at Baylor University where they took two groups of experimental animals. They gave one the standard American diet, which is terrible. They gave the other one a highly nutritious diet. Then they exposed both groups of animals to the ultraviolet rays of the sun. In the group on the standard American diet, 25% got skin cancer. In the group on the highly nutritious diet, not one animal got skin cancer. It's the way we're eating. Skin cancer is a relatively new phenomenon in the last 60 years or so, and yet our ancestors for hundreds of years have been living outdoors, working outdoors, and they didn't get skin cancer. It's a new phenomenon. Sunlight reduces the size of internal cancerous tumors.
I thought sun.
Crazy. We know it. Get out in the sun. Okay, 124. I want to tell the story about this. I was in Honduras filming a documentary on malnourished children there. I was way out in the fucking jungle in the middle of nowhere in this giant concrete structure that some Christian organization had built. It was like, 100 by 100 foot concrete made out of cinder blocks. Like
the Kamala Harris
barn type thing. And this group, what did they do? They gave vitamin. This group, I forget what they did. I was there with the group that was giving vitamin A to malnourished children. Man, the shit I saw there was crazy. But it's basically just jungle living, people living in the jungle. And one of the women there that was working there for the church, if you said the word snake around her, she would have a fucking panic attack. The word snake gave her a fucking panic attack.
Just the word.
Yeah. The rest of us can't be responsible for that. The rest of us cannot be responsible for that. The word snake flipped her out, and she had a panic attack. Our educational institutions are not only supporting that behavior, but by supporting that behavior, nurturing those fears, fear of words. It's what BLM does. They nurture the fear of words. Do not partake in that. That doesn't mean you have to be careless with your words, but do not support that. That's, what did someone say? The road to hell is lined with good intentions.
Mm-hmm. Paved with good intentions.
Yeah. And they do it under this benign bullshit that they have good intentions. It's not. It's not.
Yeah. I also have that same thing though. So I must admit that I'm a little weak according to your standard.
Why? What do you mean?
I just freak out if someone says broke around me. I'm like, just get away. I can't deal with it.
Get the fuck away from me. 147 microaggressions demand people stand for her.
Are we rolling with that whole? The clip's a little long.
Oh, let's see. How long is long? Let's see.
154.
We'll see.
It is The View though, so it could be rather entertaining.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what we get.
Okay, and we're rolling.
News here. She had only been in the Senate for a few years and doesn't have the relationships in Washington that Biden has. And so she was not able to kind of fill the role that Biden did when he was VP on Capitol Hill. And she didn't have the foreign policy experience either. So I think her challenge has been sort of finding her niche. And it's created tensions with the West Wing. We have a scene in the book in which she's feeling disrespected because she sees staffers in the West Wing when she walks into the room who are not standing for her. And they always stand for President Biden when he walks into the room. And she had her chief of staff telephone somebody in the West Wing and say, she's noticed this. Please tell the staff when the VP walks into the room, they are to stand.
And let's face it, there is the unmistakable context of identity for this too, right? That the Biden inner circle is overwhelmingly white. It is largely male. And
Pause. Okay, so
long time. And
this is the enforcement. You see, he's blaming these people for not standing when Kamala Harris enters the room because they're white and they're men. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you how white men are raised, for those of you who don't know. When someone enters the room, especially a woman, you stand. It's the exact opposite of what this fucking ass clown is saying. How do I know? Because I was raised that way. And just because someone doesn't do it doesn't mean shit either. It just means they weren't raised like that. This guy said, look at Sean. He doesn't want the attention. Listen, Sean. I would hate it if people stood when I walked into a room. Yeah, and you know what? That's probably healthy. That's probably healthy. I wouldn't stand for her and I'm black. I'd stand for her.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why, and I'm not hating on you guys for not standing there. Here's the reason why. I don't behave. I'm nice to people because I want to be nice to people. I'm an asshole to people because I want to be an asshole to people. Mm-hmm. I really try not to let them dictate my reaction to them. Now, if you swing at me, I hope I'll react accordingly and duck.
Catch that.
I probably wouldn't. Probably clip my nose. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I don't know what they call it. The tinfoil hats call it psyop, but this is just propaganda, indoctrination. This is we can get past this. I don't know how that show's bad.
Yeah, that show's terrible. Hey, you said something.
I wish they would be making fun of themselves. I wish they would be joking.
You said something that's super important right there when you were like, I stand or I act a certain way because it's how I act. I remember like when I was younger, my dad would always hold the door open for anybody coming in and out if they were close, right? And everybody was sir and ma'am, regardless of if we were talking to the gas station attendant or if we were coming into a fancy place and dealing with, whatever, people of status, if you want to say. And I remember one time, like somebody didn't say anything. We held the door open and he was just kind of rude or something like that. And I was like, well, why would you hold the door open to that guy? And he kind of said, well, those people don't dictate the way I govern myself. So even though I'm holding the door, even though I'm being polite, if they're not going to reciprocate that back, I'm not then going to flip and mimic what they're doing back to me because that's not the way that not the way that we hold ourselves. Yeah. So just because they conduct themselves in a different manner than I'm going to, that doesn't mean I'm going to lower my standard now and meet you at that place. I'm still going to hold myself to a hold standard. I'm still going to hold the door open when you tell me F off as you walk by. I say, have a great day, sir. Walk in. Because your behavior doesn't dictate my behavior or moral compass. That's super important.
You're an asshole to me. It doesn't turn me into an asshole.
Right. You don't need to lower yourself to that.
The other day, 149, there's nothing to put up. The other day, a mom Avi was rolling with this girl, and the mom texted Haley, my wife, and she said, "Do you know what Avi said to my daughter while they were doing jiu-jitsu?" And Haley said, "No." And he said, hi Chad, hold 1 second. He said, while they were rolling, he said to my daughter, "You're the most stunning girl I have ever seen." Pimp. Now listen, you can only say that if you're 7. If you're 24 and you're rolling with some chick at the fucking jiu-jitsu studio, you better not say that shit.
Yeah.
You got your hands on her chest and shit, and you're fucking posturing up on her, and she's fucking got her legs wrapped around you. But my 7-year-old said that, and it worked. That chick loved it.
Yeah,
you're the most stunning girl I've ever seen, and this girl really is a stunning girl. But I just can't. It's weird. It's like.
I remember
crazy.
He was kind of checking out a girl when we were hanging out with him. I think it was at the beach or something, and she was looking back, and we're like, "Avi, she's checking you out." And obviously, she was like his age. He just looks over at me, looks back at her, drops down, and just starts cranking one-handed push-ups out.
Yeah, peacock. Yo, girl.
He's like, "Can you do that?" I'm like, "I can't." I can't.
Hey, what a cool thing to do. Like, you just see some girl you like, and you're like, "Hey, you want to see something?" And she's like, "Yeah." Or you just pick up a rock and just like throw it 100 yards. Look it. You want a piece of this? Look at me. I could throw shit. I could hit a bird from 100 yards, bring it home, and eat it. Go ahead, Chad.
Such an alpha move.
Yeah, I was calling about the kids program.
Oh yeah.
What the?
Tell me the kids program. Yeah.
I'm just fucking around because that call made me fucking piss my pants. Everybody was calling about the kids program, so I told my wife I was going to do it. She didn't believe me.
Thank you.
Well played.
That was all.
Okay, thank you.
Right on. Thanks for the laugh.
Okay, thanks, brother.
Oh, that's funny.
I will call you in 11 minutes. Are you headed to the? Sorry, I started answering texts. Are you headed to the games next week? No, I am the games. I am the games.
Oh, speaking of which, I have to get back to the morning chalk up, so we have to list out exactly like how we want to tease what we're doing.
Okay. Tell them we're going to be covering the games as comprehensively as possible. We will not sleep, and we appreciate their unabashed support over the years. We love them. And when I'm perfectly okay with Justin LaFranco thinking about me when he masturbates.
Okay, I'll be sure to include that.
I'm secure in my manhood. He's fine to do that.
I knew if I asked you, we get a good answer out of it.
Yeah,
so.
that's
all I wanted.
It's 153. It's not about the it's not about what the American people want. It's about liberty and following the rules of the country. Okay, let's look at 153.
Angry and upset and determined. The United States Congress can keep Roe versus Wade the law of the land. They just need to do it.
I've never seen you so angry. You seem to be.
This is what the Republicans have been working toward this day for decades. They have been out there plotting, carefully cultivating these Supreme Court justices so they could have a majority on the bench who would accomplish something that the majority of Americans do not want. 69% of people.
Now listen, that's the part you got to hear right there. That's not what the Constitution wants. The Constitution does not do what the majority of the people want. If the majority of the people in the United States wanted to enslave Jews, enslave black people, enslave Chinese people, the Constitution is supposed to protect that from the fucked up majority. I'm not saying whether abortion's right or wrong, but I'm saying that this is a high-powered politician who's fucking speaking completely out of turn. It has nothing to do with the majority. The democracy resides on our liberty, on the Constitution. We cannot vote out the democracy. Everyone can't be like, okay, we're done with democracy. Let's vote on it. Do we want Sharia law or whatever that thing is the Muslims do? No, you can't. You can't. That's not how this country works. It's to protect people from fucking people. This is like one of our main fucking politicians, and this is the argument she's doing. This is misinformation. And she doesn't even know it. You can't be like, all of a sudden it's okay to have sex with fucking kids because 51% of the people think it's okay. That's what she's supporting. She's supporting slavery. She's saying it's okay if 51% of this country votes that it's okay to enslave black people, we could do it again. No, we cannot. The Constitution is to protect us from fucking idiot thought. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hi, Life. How are you?
Political theater.
What's up?
What's up, boys?
What's up, brother?
What's up?
What up, Matt? Hey, hold on. One of my kids want to say hi to you real quick.
Hi. You're not drinking. Hey, what's up? Is your dad sober?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good. All right, good.
All right, go inside.
All right, go inside. You're not talking that.
You're
You're not talking that. Get inside. No, I'm sorry. You're going to get in trouble. Someone called Child Protective Services. This man let their kid talk to me.
Bro, they're always listening, man. And people are like, how do you let them listen to this guy? It's like, please. They're learning more than they're learning at any school or anything. Listening to Sevan every day.
Thank you. I know. And just imagine, like, this is my kids have to deal with my shit all day. I've created a monster. My son Avi will be like, he just calls me out on everything. It's a fucking disaster.
It's so good.
I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait until they can hang out one day.
Yeah, awesome. Where are you?
Man, I'm just calling to say good work on everything you guys are doing, and on the affiliate podcast, freaking amazing first one. I love that guy Chris. That was awesome.
Yeah, good dude, right?
And,
hey, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm originally from Venezuela, but I'm in Miami right now.
And what year did you come?
Oh, I came when I was 1997.
And do you have family there who's the last 10 years have been fucking dealing with the shit?
I do, man. And my dad is there right now, and he agrees with the shit that's going on over there.
Is he scared?
It's wild. No, he's not. I mean, he thinks it's what's happening is like the rich people's fault and all this bullshit. You know, he's brainwashed. And then yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad because I have families that are going through it, and I know I send help and whatever we can. But
how did you wake up? Shouldn't my family's the same way? You come as an immigrant from this country, the Democrats sinks their claws into you. They tell you that the rich people are just trying to keep you down and they're racist and all this. And then at some point you realize, oh, wait a sec.
Dude,
the Republicans actually want everyone to be rich, and the Democrats need poor people in order to push their agenda forward. How did you flip the script on that? How did you wake up?
So when I came here to this country, I said I saw everyone coming to this country, like not everyone, but like a lot of the people that I knew, and they will keep the same culture and the same thing that was happening over there and try to bring it here. We're like, no, guys, we got to make this country better and do what we want. Well, that's what we left our country, you know. That's what we try to come here and make a change. And so I've been doing that since then. And then you, brother, you just like finally I understood it when you started explaining that the Democrats want everyone to report, and the Republicans want everyone to have a chance. And you just got to work for it and make it happen.
Dude, you just made my fucking day.
I knew that was gonna fire you up.
Holy shit. Yeah. It's like all I want to do, I just want to pay it forward. I just want to pay forward the ability to think clearly that Greg Glassman taught me. I just want to pay it forward. God, that makes me so happy.
It is amazing, brother. I opened my gym, dude. Let me tell you about my gym story real quick. So I was an owner at another gym in the same area, and but it was like 5 of us. There was too many of us, and we needed to leave, right? So I was like, look, guys, I set it up. When I started the gym with them, it had 60 members. When I left, we got to 227. This was right when the pandemic happened. We had 227 members. I'm like, guys, this is set for you. I'm going to move on to Tennessee and go coach at Mayhem, do my shit, whatever. Go over there and do my thing. This happened in May of 2020 in the pandemic, right? That was in my birthday, May 15. My wife's birthday is May 16. We find out that my wife's mom has leukemia.
Oh shit!
I had already said that. Yeah, I had already said that I'm leaving to driving force out the other gym that I was. And my wife goes, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to Tennessee. We're gonna have to stay here, figure it out. And I don't want to do shit but change people's life and do CrossFit. So I got up at 3 in the morning and I drove around and I find this spot. I found this spot that I'm at right now, and I said I'm going to open another gym. And my wife was like, "Dude, it's the mid-pandemic. What the fuck are you thinking?" And I'm like, "This is it. We just gotta do it for the right people. This is the right thing. This is gonna work." A year and like 9 months later, 287 members, 9 coaches, fucking changing people's lives every fucking day.
What's the name of the gym? What's the name of the gym?
So cool.
Our gym is called Life Athletics. CrossFit, for some reason, they didn't want to give me the E for life, so it's CrossFit LYF. But I'm working on getting that changed, so I can put CrossFit on my name. But it's Life Athletics for now. So another cool story, when we left the other gym, when they mandatory shut us down, right? I said, you know what? I'm not gonna follow this shit. We do CrossFit for the known and unknowable. If that is true, COVID was unknown when it came out. Fuck it. I'm gonna see. If we die, we die. If we don't, we prove something about it into the world. And I took home my fucking equipment and I went home the next day. We got closed March 17. March 18, I had to set up on my house a whole gym. During the whole pandemic, we had 120 people coming to my house every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night, working out. Never stopped. One day during the whole pandemic.
What city? What city?
In Hollywood, Florida.
Hey, dude, you got to I looked on the phone to see if I could text you my real phone number. You have to go to my Sevan Rinsta account and DM me and remind me that we talked and give me your phone number so I can text you. I got to stay in touch with you. And I got to send you a bunch of shirts and coffee and shit. You're a fucking beast.
Oh, I got all that shit already.
I'll send you more. I'll send it for your wife. I'll send it for your wife.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Of course, man. Dude, no, we are changing lives and keep doing what you guys are doing.
Tell me your name again.
Carlos. My name is Carlos. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Carlos, I have to take my kids to tennis now. I'm 2 minutes late. They're probably waiting in the car.
Hey,
Thank you so much for calling. You the man.
Yeah. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you.
You guys are the man, bro. And we'll keep pushing.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Later, Matt.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Awesome caller. I knew when he said that, I was like, you are just
one
stoked today.
One
mission accomplished.
And that one other person, just one, was like, oh shit, I think that way too. Oh fuck. I've been paddling the wrong fucking way. In the name of kindness, I've been hurting people. Fuck. So glad I'm not doing that anymore. Hey, I love you guys. We had today's show at 5:00 is going to be a fucking batshit crazy party. It's going to have all the heavy hitters from the show on it. Please come on. We're going to do a draft for the CrossFit Games. It's going to be cool. I'm stoked that Tyler Watkins is giving us the opportunity to play with his toys. He's a cool dude. He's smart as shit. And it's going to be rad doing the fantasy league with him. I'm normally never into that shit. But the last time they did a fantasy league, I just sat on the phone and listened to him do it. And I was so bummed afterwards that I didn't really partake in it because it's a great shit talking expedition. All right, guys. Love you, Susan. Thanks for coming on.